light of the recent economic collapse and the downturn in our economy, consumers have changed the way that they view and think about debt. Everybody knows what these are, right? Credit cards. I have a couple of debit cards to signify credit cards. I have my Discover card. These three cards individually weigh less than an ounce, collectively maybe a little over an ounce. But the weight that they are capable of carrying is far greater than one would possibly be able to imagine. The ramifications of debt are wide, sweeping, and far-reaching. But the research is there to show that Americans are changing the way they think about debt. What was thought of as just a common thing that all must endure and a part of everyday life is now becoming an option. No longer do people have to plunge headlong into debt for things that they don't need to impress people they don't like with money that they don't have. One of the benefits that has come from the recent recession and economic downturn is a long, hard look at frugality, and even some people have thrived in such economic dire straits. A cottage industry of all kinds of money-saving businesses are cropping up everywhere we turn. Debt was once considered a load that every family and business had to carry just to survive, and that line of thinking usually starts early on in our lives. According to creditcards.com and the research that they did, in the spring of 2008, only 15% of freshmen had a zero balance. Shown this is down dramatically from 69% in the fall of 2004. 55% drop in just 4 years. The median debt that freshmen carried was $939, and that's nearly triple from $373 that they carried in 2004. This debt carries on throughout their college careers. Seniors graduated with an average credit card debt of more than $4,100, up from the $2,900 almost 4 years ago. Close to 1/5 of seniors carried balances greater than $7,000. We haven't even begun to speak of the massive quantities of student loans that many college students now carry. The average college graduate has nearly $20,000 in debt. Average credit card debt has increased 47% between 1989 and 2004 for 25 to 34-year-olds and 11% for 18 to 24-year-olds. Nearly 1 in 5 of 18 to 24-year-olds is in what's called debt hardship, up from the 12% in 1989. Debt is also a problem after a person graduates from college and they get out on their own. When looking at the research from Focus on the Family and Family Life Today, one of the leading causes of arguments and conflict in a marriage is debt and how to handle it. The picture looks bleak, and debt can cause some serious problems both for the individual as well as the family. But businesses are now beginning to take a look at the way that they deal with debt and manage debt. Families have begun the long road out of debt. They've taken the longer look at being more content and streamlining their lives. If you listen to the Dave Ramsey radio show every Friday, he has people call in and exclaim that they are debt-free. People paying off hundreds of thousands of dollars in a matter of years just so they can remain debt-free. Businesses are also very leery of taking on more debt to grow their business. Rather than growing a business with debt, many businesses, small businesses particularly, are growing their debt with cash and cash flowing many opportunities that they have available. Lastly, the cottage industry has sprung up in the midst of a recession. While many people were fired or laid off or reassigned in their jobs, whatever buzzword that your company wants to put with it, many more people have taken those opportunities to embrace cottage industries. Every morning I get 2 emails from 2 different places telling me about the deal of the day. And it's a coupon for 50% off to all of certain kinds of businesses. Clipping coupons, once considered taboo, is now in vogue. And while the economic recession and downturn has certainly had an adverse effect, there are positive things to be gleaned from these things, provided that we as the citizens take the opportunity to look at these things in the manner with which we are supposed to. Thanks so much for your attention and your listening to that.